What's up? What's up? This is the Monster and Taz podcast. We got another episode, and hopefully everybody checking in go like the subject matter, which is child support reform that's about to happen soon. And I'm gonna introduce the panel, and we gonna get this show going. All right, y'all.
All
All right.
right, all
First, we
right.
Let's
got
get
up
it.
in the house. Tell Bunny. Say what's up to everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Chill. What's going on, my man?
What's happening?
Then we got Luna. What's up?
Good morning.
Of course, we got Taz in the house. What's going on? Speak to the people.
What's good? What's good?
Bloody. Where you at,
What's
Bloody?
happening? What's happening? I'm here. I'm in the house. Believe that.
There you
I'm here.
go. Bronx, baby.
The one and only. Good morning, everybody.
All right, and we got another new person up in here. Well, actually, he ain't new. He was on the first episode, and he's making a return for this one. G-Man, George, what's up? All right, and we gonna go keep this moving. And everybody saw the clip, so they know what clip that we refer to if anybody mentioned anything about that clip. But it was a great inspiration to get this talk show, this podcast going, because I was thinking about this like over a decade ago. Because the clip pretty much talked about how in Delaware they're experimenting with testing out child support cards, which would limit the things you can spend it on. Like you can't spend it on cigars or liquor or paying your rent or your light bill or things of or gas or things of that effect. So since that inspired this show, I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel, do you think this is something that is good or bad? I'm gonna start it out with Luna.
Give me a second. You can go to the next person for a second. I'll go
All
after.
right, all right.
Change.
Toe Bunny. Toe Bunny.
Hey. Um, Personally, with the material that I saw, it's really messed up that someone has to micromanage everything we do. I mean, from the food we eat to the medical care down to, if it wasn't so many women feeling like, hey, I'm gonna go get this man on child support, or I'm gonna sleep with the highest paid person that I can find to trap them, you wouldn't even have this situation. Speaking personally, one of my children's fathers do pay child support, and one of them gets Social Security because he could play the system like that, and he's never had to pay a dime for his son. Um, my 19-year-old, I've literally single-handedly had to raise him, and the state feel like, hey, if you're a ward of the state or you get allocated funds by the state, we can't, take away from our money to give to you. As far as my son's father, who does pay child support, he only pays $140 a month. Um, I think that's fair if you don't make a lot. I think they shouldn't be basing it on what the man make anyway, because the man still got to live. So that's really hard to. I was just totally fair in my situation. Like I always kept my children doing something. So like when it comes to gas or being able to pay the light bill with that, like, yeah, probably 70 out of that 140 go to the bills in the house. And I think that's fair. Your children shouldn't have to deal with the lights not being on or, um, but when you get to talking about she went out with her girlfriends and spent her whole week worth of child support on herself, that's crazy. It's crazy. I'm the type of female, I don't even buy undergarments unless my kids got. And gas in the car is like come before anything that we have going on, because at a point in time where my children were in Boy Scouts doing Tai Chi or Taekwondo, like I need money to be able to take them to the science center, so it just it's messed up that we have to be micromanaged like this. because we don't have enough couth about ourselves to say, okay, it shouldn't matter how many kids she has in the home. It's messed up that maybe a woman with 3 kids and only one father is actually helping, but you can't put that strain on that one father that is trying to help. So it's really a catch-22. You need to know who you're dealing with, and yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now, chill. Coming from the guy side, I want to say, because most of the people that do pay child support are guys. Do you think this is fair? Something that they might implicate in the near future?
Yeah, I think it'll work out really good. Because, like I said, like she was saying, unfortunately, you got some people who legitimately use the child support correctly, and you got some people, like say, just scamming, to get money, to easy paycheck. So, I think it's gonna be a good workout, personally. Uh, you know, so like I say, with this whole situation, anyway, we know that some fathers got to step up their game, but we know some fathers try, and they may unfortunately didn't have the attorney, whatever, to get their children the way they on the time they, should have had. So they got to pay the child support, but again, I think it's gonna be a good workout.
Okay. Bronx baby, do you think this possible change in the near future is a good thing or a bad thing?
A little bit of both, actually. I kind of agree a little bit of what Toe Bunny was saying. I was a single parent. If my kid did extracurricular activities or I was a little short on a bill or something and I need to use some of that child support money to make sure the lights don't get turned off, that's a necessity for your child. So as far as I'm saying that it can't pay rent or it can't pay gas and shit like that, that's a little bit too much. Making sure that they can't use it in the liquor store, the beauty supply store, the hair salon, the club. Yes. Fuck yeah. I'm all for that. As somebody who I personally never received child support because my child's fathers was pieces of shit, but I paid child support. And if my mother, who I was paying child support to, needed that money to help out with a bill, a light bill, a gas bill, or whatever, to make sure that my kid had what she needed, then by all means, that's what the fuck you need to do. Do what the fuck you got to do. But not for you to buy Louis Vuitton and Michael Kors purses and the kid is walking around in clothes from Walmart. That's them builder bitches. I keep telling y'all about learning these builder bitches before the fuck you impregnate them. Stop looking at stop looking at the tits and the ass and look at her fucking brain. Ask some goddamn questions and you know who the fuck you're sleeping with.
But we'll still fall for Kelly Bundy.
I do want to add to that too. Like, if they're gonna overhaul the whole child support method, they really need to sit down with these families and make sure the fathers that's paying out the child support can even see the child.
They not gonna do that. That's too much like right. They just probably doing
Because
something like this because they want to regulate it more. That's what I really think.
yeah, to
But
ask what I was saying, also in the video, Lonnie was saying about that people should communicate more, but you have a lot of men who can't communicate with these women because they're so angry, because they're so jaded, because they don't know how to
Mhm.
separate their relationship with the man from the man being a father. They're so busy holding their personal feelings against him that he can't communicate with her to find out what she's doing with the money. You understand? Sit down and have a
Mhm.
normal conversation. If you can't do that with a person, then you don't know what she's spending the money on. But you see her with new weaves and new wigs, you sure as fuck gonna think that your money is going towards it.
yep. Since we got somebody in here new, George, let me
What's
get
up,
your
man?
perspective on it. Do you actually think this will be a good thing or a bad thing if they implement it?
Oh, I think it's great, man. They should have did this years ago, man. I mean, personally, I don't pay child support anymore because I had to get custody of my daughters, years ago. Their mama, she was out here doing some bad things and spending the money on, drugs, hair, nails, liquor, all that stuff. And,
You knew that for
every
sure?
Oh, I knew it for sure. I mean, I found out later on that's the reason why I got custody of them. You know, but yeah, man, it's a good idea because some of these women or whoever's has the card or whatever, they taking advantage of the situation, and you know, so, I mean, my kids, every time I used to pick them up, wearing the same clothes every time. Their mom's always, with nice clothes and hair and nails done. Big ballin', ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's this should have been done a long time ago. You know.
Okay.
So,
Hey, Miss Luna, you back?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was taking
Oh,
care of the crouch goblins.
okay. So what do you think, honestly, coming from a female who might have a kid and you want your child support? Do you think that's cool for them to try and implement something like this?
Look, coming. Okay, so I've never received child support ever in my life.
Ever?
I've always, no, not ever in my life. I just recently filed for child support for my first ex-husband because he has always chosen to be in and out of my kid's life. I have screenshots and everything, proof of me pushing him to be a father. Just always told him, I don't give a fuck about your money. I just want you to be here. Well, he was in and out constantly, and my kids started questioning mommy. What's so much better with my siblings than with me? I'm like, what do you mean, baby? They go, Daddy doesn't like to talk to us. I'm like, I don't know, honey. Like me and him, we can get along great. Me and his wife get along great. It's just him communicating with the kids. And that's all I've asked of him. Well, he really ain't talking to me now because he got served child support paperwork.
Oh, he ain't liking
He's,
that.
oh yeah, no, he changed his number. He's ignored my Facebook messages, everything. And y'all know I have two kids' fathers and one sperm donor because of the situation that I'm in. Um, and
yeah.
my son's dad, my youngest son's dad, he's the only one that's here taking care of my kids, helping me with my kids. Hey, baby, I need help with gas. Okay, here you go. So yeah, I get where they're coming from. Like, yeah, go ahead and do that if that makes them have to track it. But it also sucks for the women who actually need it for, need it for the kids to take them to doctor's appointments. Need it for the kids, like I believe it was Bronx and Toe and all the women saying that if the lights are about to go off, your kid lives there. Help out just a little bit. Like it'll help out just a little bit. But for the women who are buying the nails and stuff and all that, I feel like tracking it is a good thing just to see which women are trying to basically scam the system and which women are genuinely using it for the kids. Because I
Good
can make my
answer.
own money to buy my own hair dye, my nails, whatever I want. My $5 press-ons from Walmart, like I can do that my damn self. I don't need your money for that. But if I ask you for a little bit of help, because I really don't ask, hey, can you help me here? I'm being honest with you. This is what I needed. I need the money for it. And whether you do it or not, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be bitter about it. All I did was ask. The least you can do is ask. And whether they give it or not, that's on them. But that's my opinion on it. I like it, but then again, I don't like it because it's not fair for the mothers that genuinely use it for their kids.
Understood. Want to chime in, Bloody? You think it's a good thing or a bad thing for them to try and implement this in the near future?
Me personally,
Yep.
mm, I think that it could possibly be a good thing. I don't know. I can't say what a person do at their career. When they get this child support money, you can say it's for whatever, and you can use it for whatever, and you're gonna tell me anything. So from the person that pays child support right now, I mean, to me, honestly, child support is a waste of time. Because if you know you got a baby by this woman, whether y'all get along or not, take care of your kid. Take care of your kid. You ain't gotta fuck with her. Take care of your kid. I mean, I've always felt that way. I've paid child support since 1991. And, you know, when y'all talk about these women, you know, my baby mama told child support folks she ain't never got a dime. I proved the bitch wrong. But in court, when we went to court about it, they didn't want to see none of my paperwork. And she didn't even have to show up, just me. And they made me repay it, all of it. So, me personally, when it comes to child support, fuck child support. Take care of your kid, period. Whatever she got going on is what she got going on. I mean, if she a true baby mama or whatever, if you really need help and dude can help you, he'll help you. If he can't, oh well, he can't help you. You can't get it from him. I mean, I have no feelings when it comes to child support because I pay child support. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I have no feelings when it comes to that. Fuck child support. I pay that shit because these motherfuckers down here making me pay it. All my fucking kids are grown. But yet I still pay goddamn child support. Faithfully, like I'm buying some air. You know, so, nah, I don't give a fuck really. It ain't gonna benefit me none.
Just pay it so you keep them off your back.
Yeah, just to shut them the fuck up. Because my kids ain't getting none of the money. My kids ain't getting a dime. My youngest one is 22. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting none of this goddamn money that I'm paying faithfully. Because that's what they told me to do. But yet I still got paperwork saying that I paid from time my kids was born all the way until they fucking graduated high school. Because in Georgia they take your driver's license. And
Yeah, here too.
down here, when you get stopped for no driver's license or driving under suspended driver's license because of child support, they're gonna lock your ass up, they're gonna lock your car up. And the only way you getting out of jail is if you pay all the money that you owe to child support.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah. So, you know, I've been through all that shit. Like I said, I've been paying child support since 91. It's 2023 now. So whatever shit they're gonna come up with, if it ain't gonna benefit me, if it ain't finna get me off this bullshit I'm paying right now, I don't give two fucks. I mean, for real, I don't give two fucks. And for the women that's getting child support, do the right shit with it.
All right, Taz. I know you've been in the back brewing, man, because I know you're not a fan. So tell us exactly how you feel about them implementing this.
Cheap ass lighter I got. Shit. How I feel about this shit, when it comes to child support, it's a controversial issue. As far as this new system go, I think it's a blessing. Um, but then again, you got to look at it from the other side of the coin. That's that man. I ain't gonna go into details of who that man. That's that man getting in the system getting in your business. But as far as it being a car where it's spent a certain way, I'm for that because it's a track record. Especially when it comes to parents that's in the room and parents that's in the world. I mean, as far as the fathers that's paying child support, uh, I'm sorry, as far as when they don't pay child support for a certain child or not paying it at all, and they pay their co-parents on the sly with Cash App and all that other shit, it's well documented. Yeah, right. See, the guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, as far as the new system go, I'm for it. Just so it's a track record of what the fuck you did. She can't say jack shit that you ain't paid it because it come through on a card. Uh, you know, and things like that. You know, I've been through a thing with my co-parent, one of my co-parents, where she was like, "I want to see how much I can get." That's 10 pounds of monkey shit in a 5 pound bag, in my opinion. So this new system, I'm all for that motherfucking shit.
10 pounds of crap in a 5 pound bag, huh?
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God. Okay, well, some people for it, some people against it. Briefly, and I say briefly because it's a lot of us in here. Anybody want to tell a small, quick story? Like I said, it's a bunch of us. Of I'm gonna start with you, George, because you know of having to pay child support and not liking it, or somebody taking advantage of it. So go ahead, George, lead us off.
Well, where do I start, man? So, yeah, like me, I was paying, from day one, like before the girls was born, because I got twins, first time around, and their mom, she was kind of out here, so at first I didn't believe that, that they were mine, so we had to go get a paternity test or whatever, got that done, and as soon as that was done, they proved that I was the father, whatever. Start paying from day one. A few years go by. Uh, you know, uh, I get a letter from HR talking about they want to raise it, increase it, or whatever. I'm like, why? I'm paying. At the time I'm making $7, $8 an hour. They taking most of my check. Uh, then they want to raise it another, $50 a week or whatever. And I called her up. I'm like, man, what's this about? Oh, that's not enough, blah, blah, blah. And then so after that I was paying like I think it was like 120 a week for two. And then well, fast forward down the road, I I get, custody of them, and then once I get them, I didn't ask her for anything. Then things happened. She put me in a corner, and I went down there on her, and
Oh,
you
you
know,
filed on her?
yeah, yeah. I
Oh
wasn't
wow.
going to. I wasn't going to, but she just kept pushing me and pushing me, and thinking that she was still running the show. And it's like, hey, you don't help me with them. You don't buy anything for them. You don't send me no money, nothing. So I went down there. They put her on, and she got to pay the bare minimum, like $60 a week, maybe for the two. So
What? For
Question.
it
two
was some,
kids?
Question. Is
yeah,
that
for two.
because she wasn't making as much as you
She
when you were
probably
No,
was
paying?
no,
working at the time.
she was making more than me actually. Like
Excuse me?
when I, yeah,
That's crazy.
like she was making more than me, and I was like, how is that even possible? You know. So I let it go or whatever, and eventually the little $60 a week, I don't think she could handle it, and she
What?
ended up quitting her job.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me? I'm sorry, but you mean to tell me that she was making more to you and she couldn't handle the $60?
Nope.
Man, that's bullshit.
And I was paying double that when I was paying,
That's bullshit.
and I did what I had to do, work overtime and everything, had my little side hustles or whatever. And just that little $60 a week. She couldn't handle it, so she ended up quitting. Then she would find another job, work a few months, quit. And fast forward to now, she hasn't had a job in like 2 or 3 years, but hey, she got behind. Now she owes thousands of dollars. And my my
But
my
she
daughters
never contributed or helped, did she?
never gave me a penny. Never, nothing. Like she never, picked them up. I mean, nothing.
Never
You
bought
know.
them anything, any
No,
clothes.
no, never bought them anything. Even when I was paying, they come over with the same stuff over and over again, raggedy, all this stuff. So it's like, man, it kind of hurt me. Like, damn, like you getting all this money, and you're not doing what you're supposed to
She
do with
was
it.
dressed like a superstar, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she was always in nice clothes, big balling, shot calling, you know, and
Wow.
and the kids, you could tell something was going on. So years later, I found out, and I had to get them out of there. You know, so
Oh, okay, I'm
yeah,
gonna let somebody else chime in on that. You wanna chime in, Luna?
I would have beat that motherfucking ass. That's what I gotta say about that. I would have beat that motherfucking ass real quick. I'm sorry. You're using it for what? As a single mom that's done it for a while and I've never received child support and I'm just barely going through the system of it. What? How is
everything.
that too low? Like, are you? That's 60 fucking bucks.
Yeah, that's nothing. You
Like,
know.
you give me 200 and I guarantee you I'm gonna make that shit spread so goddamn far you gonna look and it's gonna spin your motherfucking head with how far that went for just a child on child, like, the fact. I'm sorry. I shop at Walmart. I don't give a fuck. I'll wear Walmart clothes. I'll wear thrift store clothes. My kids, oh hell yeah. I'll go in the kids section real quick of the thrift store. You'd be finding a whole bunch of name brand stuff. I've gotten Michael Kors stuff for my kid, like just expensive shit. Just because I was like, okay, it's there in the thrift store. It's $2. It's brand new. It's in the box, and they're selling it for this much when they can be selling it for a lot higher, and it's name brand. Like, you, like I said, you give me $100, $200, $50. I'm gonna spread that shit so far it's gonna make your head spin. My mama taught me the way that I needed to. You better get in where you fit in, and you better stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
But I'm sorry, I would have beat that ass. Like, women like that make me want to catch a felony.
yeah, it's terrible, man. I think anybody that's paying child support, they should put it as like a tax write off. Like if you're paying so much per year, you should be able to claim that on your taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, it's a lot of money, man. Thousands of dollars, and you don't see any of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got to give you some type of break.
Let's start a petition.
You know.
All right,
Can I
So
chill.
chime in one more time?
Go ahead.
I feel like it would be a good idea if, for the future, after a certain age, when the kids get a certain age where they're not as high maintenance as they would be, where, their clothes are still the same size, their shoes are the same size. I feel like women should put that up in like a separate account, or the government should put that up in a separate account. So when they hit 18, all that money is theirs and the parents can no longer touch it. But that's just my opinion.
yeah,
Only in the perfect world, because our government won't do anything that's beneficial on that level. Chill.
Yes,
Chime
sir.
in, my man.
Yes, sir. This is my opinion on this matter. All right. First of all, if you're a parent, you just like Luna was talking about earlier. You made the child. You should be willing to spend time with the kid. That's the first thing. And I ain't, if the father ain't trying to spend no time, I'm sliding them into the lames category a little bit. Because once you make a child, you got to try to spend time with them too. And then on the second part of that matter, if you if you're in the court, if the court system is saying, okay, this parent needs to contribute, if for some reason the court feels that the child should be with one parent more than the other, but then at the same time that parent needs to contribute, why don't you give the person the opportunity to try to contribute first before doing the child support? How about saying, okay, parent, you want to take the child shopping, get the clothes. If they got school supplies, you want to take them shopping for the school supplies. Let the parent give them the opportunity to do it on their own first, and then if they don't want to be involved with the child or do it on their own, then pursue the child support. That's just my personal opinion on that.
Okay,
Give
that's
the
not a
person
bad idea.
yeah, give the person an opportunity to contribute first, because first of all, you saying it's child support, right? So, my personal opinion is each person. I mean, if you got a home, both of y'all contributed to make the child, right? So if the parent doesn't want to be part of the child's life, then yeah, I understand. You got to contribute to the child. Even as what Toe Bunny was saying earlier, some of the money may need to go to the utilities if, again, you're not willing to participate in raising them at your house as well. So, all that is part of raising a child, roof over the head, utilities, water, food, etc. But if you, like say, if you spend enough money on your own self to buy clothes and stuff like that, no, thank you. But like say in my situation, you know, uh, I contributed 125%, so I never had an issue because as far as the child support part is concerned, because I spent a lot of money on attorneys to, you know, take care of my side of the scenario.
Okay, okay.
May I interject?
I was just about to call on you.
um, chill. That is a wonderful thought in theory and perception, but honestly, that is really unrealistic in most people's situations nowadays because you can't talk to these hoes. They don't want to come first. They don't want to talk. They don't want you asking them no questions. They don't want to. They don't want to be couth or be, you know what I'm saying, meeting you halfway. That's not in their agenda. Their agenda is to make you hurt. And however it is they can make you hurt, especially if they can make you hurt financially, that is on their agenda. So they're not trying to, you have to have somebody who's willing and open to communicate to be able to co-parent like that. And for most people's situations, especially when you're to the point where you're in child support in court, that is not an option.
A lot of them be OFS, out for self. They go get that money one way or another.
I got another OFS on fuck shit.
I got to
Hmm.
use that one. Toe Bunny.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Personally, I wish we were more given more of an opportunity to be educated. Um, the whole system is designed to keep us divided: female, male, Republican, Democrat. But do y'all know that, like, from the time that woman is going to the hospital, getting prenatal care, seeing that OBGYN while she pregnant, they making a list. They say it's covered through Medicare. But as soon as that baby pops out of that woman, they are looking for that woman to put a thumb on the paternal or whoever is not the. I mean, like it's coming out the woman, so automatically they're like, okay, where's dad? Are y'all married? Y'all living together? We need to know because everything from the epidural to the prenatal care to the doctor that get paid to help that child when they are carrying, all of that is being tallied up. And all they waiting for is that woman to go need assistance because that man isn't providing. As soon as she go and file for food assistance or medical care for the kid or cash assistance, which they give a certain amount to, um, they're double counting. You know how they math, they math. Like you already thousands of dollars in debt. They was just waiting on her to come to the government and say, "Hey, I need help." Um, and once she does that, it's a snowball effect, and that's designed to keep households limited, divided. Um,
That's for
it's
damn
just
show.
it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like me and my brother were love children. Like our biological father was married when he made us, but that shouldn't mean that my mother had to raise us alone. Um, it's just it's not an equal system. And before we focus too much on tearing each other down, we got to look at the head of it. That's why, like, I'm at a standstill with this new law. Like, if you're gonna make sure that the woman isn't spending it on anything else other than that child, I know some women out here because her baby daddy can only afford to pay 140, 200 a month. She's only using that amount of money on that child. Like I'm about in Walmart and pay less because they daddy can't afford to take care of them. And ultimately they're mad because they not with him. They mad because they didn't even want this baby. It's horrible. It's horrible. Like it's not women out here having children or couples having children. It's shit. I hope it wasn't a one night stand. So it's just
Yeah,
this world, like, and honestly, we've been shown how to do this centuries before. Like, how many of them white actors got multiple families?
it's about
Like,
all of them.
trying to live like celebrities, and no, baby, you ain't got money to play like them. You don't even know about your personal trust. You don't even know about the money attached to your name, and you suffering through life, barely making it, unhappy, depressed. You got to look at the source.
Yeah, I agree with that. That definitely was a powerful statement. We got somebody coming in here late. Shawnee girl, you there?
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Okay, the question at hand. Do you know a scenario because you missed the clip, but do you know a scenario or have been through a scenario of someone abusing child support?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know of a scenario, but I mean, I think that is something that you obviously could see people doing. I mean, you always hearing about individuals just like getting all this money, and then you see people going out, you see their hair done, their nails done, the kid barely have anything, and I'm pretty sure y'all done discussed this already, but I mean, like that's obvious. Like, man, there's so much of that going on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why in Delaware they testing the system out on a new card to implement what you can spend it on. And some people agree with it, some people don't. It's sad, but they really trying to regulate it. It's gonna be some changes coming in the near future of it. That's for damn sure. Taz,
What's good? What's good? So,
you know,
um, I don't know any. Well, I mean, I do, but it's because it's a lot of scenarios out there where people abuse the system. You know, but I want to ruffle some feathers supporting that. It bothers me as far as abuse when, like I said, I want to ruffle feathers. So here we go. Buckle up. Uh, I want to put this scenario out there where there's a lot of women out there, not all, some. It's a lot of women out there that will actually trick a man if he making a lot of money, where they want to trick a man to impregnating them and you know so basically hit the lottery and use that shit to implement an agenda for them to be taken care of with the child support for the rest of their lives. And I wanted to bring that up and see what everybody thought about that since we were talking about scenarios. So anybody, we can, give me y'all opinion on that because that is a scenario within itself. Is it or is it not? Monster.
Repeat the question for me again.
Okay, so you was asking about abuse of child support, right?
Right.
Okay, so what I said was, as far as it being a scenario of that, there are many, but I wanted to cater to that with the abuse of a lot of women out there that's using, getting impregnated by a guy making a lot of money, like a celebrity, basketball player, football player, or whatever. And, I'm trying to reflect it back on you and what you think about that.
Well, they continue to do that. After all, when it comes to sports, rock and roll, and things of that nature, you always got groupies out there, and that's what they do.
Bingo. You want to put that on the panel or?
Actually, I got
Please,
another.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
see?
got it. I got something I want to say to that.
Okay.
Honestly, that speaks back to my previous points. Research these hoes. I don't care if you're a rapper. You're supposed to do like ASAP Rocky. Find you somebody who's on your financial level, who's on your game level, like he did with Rihanna, and that's who you procreate with. You don't somebody who's in $1 million tax bracket. I don't care whether you're an NBA player, CEO, whatever. If you are in $1 million tax bracket, you should not be sleeping with project bitches. You are belittling yourself. You are on build a bitch fucking terms. Stop doing that shit because you know damn well this hoe ain't coming after you when she get pregnant talking about, oh babe, whatever you give me is just fine. No, she's looking at it as a come up. And if she need a come up, you shouldn't be fucking with her. You supposed to be asking these questions. Bitch, how much money you made last year?
Agreed.
Because then I know whether or not I should be sleeping with you without a condom or making sure that I put on 2 condoms to make sure your black ass don't get pregnant because I don't want to end up in that fucking situation.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Bloody.
You got to investigate these hoes.
People be
That
Bloody.
having
same
fun though.
because a
People
lot
be
of
having
women are making
fun.
money now too. So it's not just these hoes. I should, as a woman, if I'm making 60 grand a year plus, I should not be sleeping with a man that's on fucking public assistance or a man that lives in the projects. No, you got to be making 50, 60 grand plus and better. We got to be able to match tax bracket. That way, neither one of us is on the come up. We on
So,
the level playing field.
so basically, what you're saying is it can go both ways. A woman could use the guy that's making a lot of money as a meal ticket, and so can men do the same shit with women. Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
sir. Had it
Okay.
done to me. I had a gentleman. He was in the Marine Corps. I was living in in Jacksonville, North Carolina, near Camp Lejeune. He was a single guy. You know, when you a single guy, you guys are ex-military. You live in the barracks. You eat barracks food. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of restrictions. You can't have a car. All kinds of shit. So me being a single woman with 1 kid, good job, own crib, own car, own this. Yeah, he came and he lashed himself onto me like a goddamn leech.
Mm.
Me being so stupid, I didn't even realize what the fuck was happening to me as it was happening to me till the leech was sucked onto my ass and he's living in my house using up my shit, but dating all kinds of bitches.
I got.
And I
Can I
gave that
challenge
shit
you
on
real quick? Can I challenge you
uh-huh,
real quick, boss baby?
of
Okay,
course.
here come my challenge. Now, you said this sucker ass nigga leached onto you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you put yourself in that build a nigga category that you was talking about, the build a
Yes,
bitch category?
yes,
So
yes. And
so wait, so wait.
that's why I preach it so hard because I've
Okay,
been
okay,
there.
I got you.
I'm
I
not
got you.
preaching nothing you understand what I'm saying?
I
I'm
got
preaching
you.
from experience because I've been there.
I
But I
got you.
also had to realize in me building this nigga, what the fuck was I doing? You building somebody who has no loyalty to you. So at some point you take your building blocks back. And I took them building blocks and put his shit on the porch.
You was out of there.
Shit.
and woke his ass
Bob
up.
the Builder.
Past $100. Your shit is on the porch. Call you one of them boots to come get your ass and get the fuck out my crib.
Did you say Bronx the Builder or Bob the Builder?
I said Bob the Builder.
All right, I got a real quick question. I'm gonna just give me a quick answer, y'all, on this. Like we was talking about the reform on the that's possibly coming on child support with the new debit cards. Uh, if someone is caught not using that correctly, real quick, what do you think should be the penalty?
Oh man, that's a good one.
You want to direct that to first?
Go ahead, go ahead, George.
Oh, you know,
Real
I'm gonna
quick.
pass on this one right now. Let me get my thoughts together.
All right, chill.
Yeah.
What do you think, real quick?
Well, first of all, if they're doing it right, there's no way possible they can slip by it. If they got the car
Somebody gonna work a way around it. If they get
right,
caught, what would be the penalty?
well, you would go downtown like everybody else would, and you go to court, and they gonna ask you, okay, sir or ma'am, why you spend this money on stuff that wasn't designed for it to be spent on? That's what should happen to you. You should go to court and explain why you spent that money on something that wasn't supposed to be spent on. Plain and simple.
Okay. Shawnee girl?
I don't think the card should apply to everyone. I think it should apply to the offenders. Because I really don't know too much about the subject on the card anyway. So, what's the criteria and everything. But I do think, just like anything, people be abusing stuff. And I think the people that are the abusers, that should be like their punishment.
Okay, but if
Like,
it is a card and they get caught, what should be their penalty?
I mean, depending on what it is, I think, just like anything too, they should get some type of warning or something. And, if it continues, then I think that they should, they should be cut off. They can't get it because everybody, I'm pretty sure, can be in a situation and you need something for something. I think everybody can say that. You robbing Peter to pay Paul. You got an emergency situation, whatever. But I think that if it continues after that time, then there should be some restrictions, put on that. Because
Okay,
now you're
Bloody.
doing it more than you should.
Okay, Bloody. What's your quick response to the question?
Was my quick response that if they get caught fucking up, they should get what everybody else get. Lock their ass up. Be harsh like they be harsh to the man. I'm for real. Be harsh to them hoes like they harsh to the motherfucking men. If we miss a payment on child support, they fuck with us. They lock us up. They take our license. So no, don't sit up there and give this bitch some leniency because she fucked up. No, bitch, you fucked up when you did that. So you gonna pay that price. Lock that bitch up, make her repay that motherfucking money. Period. I don't give a fuck what excuse she come up with, what she needed for. It don't matter. If you violated the card program, then your ass need to go to jail for a couple days and repay that motherfucking money.
What a fine.
I agree.
So Bonnie.
Yo. Oh, I definitely agree with that. I don't care if you make $23 a month in prison. Happy trails. Give me my money back. I think they should just humiliate their ass like they do men. I mean, I definitely feel that way. I'm not about to risk my my freedom, but yeah, let somebody else do it. Put a lien on that ass.
Oh, okay. Luna, what do you think? People get caught possibly cheating on the new
Look,
system that might get implemented. What do you think should happen to them quickly?
I'm right there with Bunny and I'm right there with Chris. But I feel like also as well, they pay back everything that was paid to them because you don't know when it started. You don't know none of that. So I feel like they should pay everything back. And if not, don't necessarily cut them off. But like I said, put a separate bank account to the side for those kids. Cut the bitch off completely. Put all the money into a separate account, and it's in the kid's name, and they can take it out when they're 18. Mom doesn't touch it, nothing like that. Dad doesn't touch it. Whoever's on child support, and they basically have it to the side for their kid because it's child support. Not well, like it. Like I said, y'all know my opinion on it, but they should get the harshest thing to them. They go hard on the men, you go hard on the women. What's the difference? We yell equality, 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 but as soon as it comes down to it, oh, we're gonna give you a slap on the wrist because you have some tits. No, it goes the same way.
No, but see where I'm coming from, I'm not even talking about. There's people out here that ain't just running the child support. It's people that really need child support. I'm not even talking about those folks. But
Yeah,
or you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about the people that's out here that's really, like y'all was talking about, people just making babies to get child support. People that's just,
Mhm.
like doing stuff and putting these men in situations for child support. Like maybe I'm saying that backwards, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about, because there's people out here that really do need help, and unfortunately, because the system the way it's set up, the man gonna get penalized anyway. And I mean, vice versa too. I mean, it's like you just running down to get help, like Toe Bunny was talking about. Just the way things are set up, you just needing some help, and it's a snowball effect. And unfortunately, because you a dude and this is just the routine, the way things go, you just gonna be affected by it, unfortunately. But not everybody's deliberately and intentionally doing that to you. That's just the way that's how things are going.
All right, chill. Did I get your response on this question?
I think you did, yes, sir.
I did. I got yours. I got Toe Bunny. Taz,
Yeah.
what's your
Shit.
response to the question?
Shit. Not to ruffle feathers again and shit, ladies. I ain't talking about all of y'all, but shit. Lock that motherfucking bitch up. I agree with y'all. You know? Peel off her motherfucking toenails. Pluck out her pubic hair. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you do. But she gotta pay. When it come to, the guys in child support, like he said, they'll suspend your license, lock your ass up, they'll do this, they'll do that. You know what I'm saying? We could blow on females now and they'll lock our asses up. Lock their ass up too. Shit. Fuck that.
Okay. George, did you come up with something, my man?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Like if if they have a card like that, they should be warned when they get the card. Like, look, if you use this for something other than the kid, it's an automatic warrant for your arrest, and you got to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they don't do that with us. You
No.
know, right away. Like you said, they want to suspend the license. They want to lock us up. And I think if they knew that, they'd be like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna risk it. You know. So yeah, I think that's what they should do. Automatic warrant. You know.
Oh, okay. I got you, Bronze, didn't I?
Nope. I've been waiting
Go,
patiently in the
go
wings.
ahead, Bronze. Let me get your
Okay.
response.
So I do agree that they should be locked up and stuff, but I'm gonna take it a step further. So most people know in most states when you abuse food stamps and shit like that and you get caught, what do? They take your food stamps away from 6 months to a year. And I believe the same thing should fucking apply to child support. If you're gonna regulate these hoes where it hurts. Make these bald headed hoes walk around in their bald headedness with their no eyelashes and their no nails for 6 months to a year. I bet that hoe know how to act now. I bet she know how to spend that money properly. I bet she learned how to budget real quick when she walking around here with no eyelashes, no hair, and no nails, looking like a goddamn naked mole rat. I swear for Jesus.
Damn. Somebody got a firecracker.
Man, did I get you on this one, Bloody?
I knew he was laughing. I
Bloody.
knew he was.
I get your response on the question.
Yeah. Boy, y'all already know how I feel about it. I feel like y'all feel. I mean, real talk, I feel like y'all feel. You know, lock the bitch up. Like I said the first time, lock her ass up. Her, him, it don't matter. Whoever received the child support. You fuck over the child support, your ass need to go to jail. Period. Like, I don't know where you guys are at, but down here in Georgia, child support is a big fucking issue. I mean, real talk. The motherfuckers that don't pay child support, they good. Even though they own child support and they don't pay it, they good. But for the people that pay child support, we catch hell. We catch hell because, like I say, if I am short one fucking dollar
Absolutely.
on child support, they'll suspend my license. So if you take my license for $1, if I'm short, if you fuck over the child support shit, hey, I want your ass to get the worst shit possible because I'm the one paying you that shit. So yeah, I want you to go to jail, lose your benefits. You know, I hate to say it. Yeah, it's gonna sound fucked up, but yeah, bitch, you get no more child support. Do like Luna said, put that shit in a different account for the kid. I'm all for that. But long as that bitch can't touch the money, I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci.
Okay. Well, he's Gucci loans. She ain't touching it. Okay, y'all. We coming up on the end. I'm gonna go ahead and get my scenario on that. I really think that they should go ahead and do it just like y'all said. Lock them up, penalize their ass, make them wait 6 months to a year, throw a penalty on their ass, and eventually, if they keep fucking it up, just I think it's a good idea. Go ahead, throw it in a separate account where she can't touch it, or somebody else get control of it. Then she really ain't gonna like it. But to wrap up this show, I want to thank George. His first time coming back. Good to see you again.
I appreciate it, man.
All right. My co-host Taz.
What's good? What's good? Good being
Bronx
here.
baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Campaign stop, build a bitch.
Luna. Toe Bunny.
What was the question?
Say your goodbyes.
Oh, goodbye.
Chill.
I'll say if they worthy, fuck them good. If not, don't fuck them at all.
Sean girl. Shotty girl.
Y'all have a good one.
Bloody. And I'm Monster Man saying thank you for listening in. Hopefully y'all like this show. We definitely go do a part 2. And if you like us, come on back, leave some comments, like, share, subscribe. Come holler at us. Monster and Taz Podcast signing off.